Right, so this is the first entry in the video blog that I said I would do following my second diagnosis of Hodgkins lymphoma. I was thinking, I was thinking about planning these videos out a little bit. I was wondering like whether to do like a bit of a control thing, and sort of set like a certain time after each, like during each cycle, like to do like like an entry, just because I want these to be as honest as I can, as I can make them be. And I thought that might keep me honest, but one of the drugs that they're going to be putting me on the chemo is like a fairly decent dose of steroids, and they said I'm going to be even more of an arsehole than usual, which I kind of find quite hard to believe. But yeah, so I kind of thought if I'm going to be in a shit mood from the steroids or something, then I'll just be like, you know what, I ain't doing this video blog thing, and then afterwards I'll just feel like more of a knob for not doing it. So I just thought I'll just do them as and when I feel like doing them, and I'll just try and be as honest as I can. Excuse me. While I'm doing them, I'll try and keep the swearing to a minimum. Anybody who knows me knows that that's going to be quite difficult. Yeah, these videos are probably going to be a bit self-indulgent because, you know, I can only tell my story. Everyone's diagnosis and the treatment that they go through is completely different. But the main reason I wanted to do these was partly to sort of help me keep a track of things and help me retain a sense of sanity, I guess. But it was mainly like as an olive branch for people and stuff as well. If anybody else has like been diagnosed or something like that, and they're looking for somebody to relate to, or someone where they can like watch this and go, right, somebody else is going through cancer as well, they kind of get it, then that's my main sort of thing with this. And if anybody does watch it and they are going through the diagnosis or a scare or something like that, then just drop me a message. I don't mind if you want to have a talk or something. I'll try and post them on. I'll post them on my Facebook page, and I'll post them on the 13 YouTube channel as well, just to get it out to more people, and hopefully somebody will get something good out of it. I'm really conscious of, I don't want to sit here making out like I'm the first person to ever go through cancer, because obviously I'm not. So if anybody watches these videos and thinks this dude's so far up his own ass, then just drop me a message. I don't mind if you don't want to watch it or something, or just drop me a message, say, look, chill the fuck out, dude. You're an asshole. That sounds about regular, actually. So I'll just crack on. I went and did the pre-assessment for the chemotherapy on Friday. It's Sunday today. I went and did the pre-assessment for the chemo, and its regime is going to be called RCHOP chemotherapy, and it's an acronym for the drugs that they're going to be pumping me with, names of which I ain't even going to try and pronounce. But it's going to be over 6 cycles. Each cycle takes 3 weeks. The first cycle, they're going to put me with everything over one day, but they do it slowly to sort of ease you into it. And then the rest of them is going to be sat with a drip for 4 hours, and then they give you tablets to take at home for the next week or two following the drip. I didn't do chemotherapy before, because the type of Hodgkin's that I had, it was localised to one area. It was in like the lymph node in my armpit, and it branched out up here. This type that I've got responds well to radiotherapy, so they could just blast that one area and like kill it off that way. But this time, because they've found it in my spine and my liver, so they're doing chemotherapy to like attack them both at the same time. Yeah, so I also thought with this one I'd give maybe a bit of a background of the diagnosis. My mate likes to tell the story because she says it's bizarre how I found out that something else was going on. So I was told I was in remission in June 2016, and in I started drinking rum. I'd never really drank rum before, and as soon as I get through this chemo stuff and as soon as I beat this, I'm going to be like worshipping rum, because it's sort of like pointed out, dude, you got something wrong with you again. So, so I'm going to be absolutely worshipping rum as soon as I'm finished with this. So I started drinking rum and I started getting these spasms in my back when I drank it, and it took me a while to sort of connect the two together. It was only after I was sat one night and I only had 2 rum and cokes, and my back just went off. It was like these excruciating spasms. So I googled it, thinking I was going to be just allergic to some of the ingredients or something, seeing as I'm allergic to everything else. And I was on a chiropractor's website and somebody had commented on one of the forums saying it's a symptom of Hodgkins lymphoma. So it seemed like a bit more of a coincidence. So like when you get told you're in remission, the hospital keeps a regular eye on you for the next 5 years. So I was doing my checkups for every 3 months by that point. And so I rang the hospital and just said, look, I'm having these pains in my back when I drink booze. And I've just read somewhere that it's a symptom of Hodgkin's. So they said, yeah, you're right, we'll get you in. Did a PET scan on me. For anybody who's not done a PET scan before, that's where they inject you with like a radioactive dye, and then they put you through, like, it looks like a massive donut, and you sort of just go through it, and it scans the lymphoma, the dye collects in the areas where the lymphoma are, so it sort of lights up on the scan pictures. And then they need to, once they've found something there, they need to do biopsies to actually diagnose it, if any of you've seen House biopsy to confirm. So I did a bone marrow biopsy and a spinal biopsy in December, and that was the same week that we had our last gig with 13, so I was a bit, if you thought I was a bit stiff on stage, that's why. Somebody's been taking away bits of my spine. So I did that, and then I did keyhole surgery, I think it was about 3 or 4 weeks ago, on my liver. So the first time I had Hodgkin's is I had a lump. They can't cut the Hodgkin's out because it's a blood disease, from what I've been told, so that's why they can't cut it out. But I had a lump in my armpit from where the lymph node had swelled up to make more white blood cells to fight the lymphoma. And that's what's happened in my liver this time. I didn't know you had lymph nodes in your liver, but apparently you have them everywhere. I should be a medical professional by the end of this. And yeah, so they did the keyhole surgery and confirmed that it's the lymphoma. And yeah, that's where I'm at, sort of thing. As I didn't do chemo before, so it'll be an experience. I'm sure it'll be a party. And yeah, I think it'll take me to about June by the time I finish with it, and then hopefully I can start cracking on with gigs again. Yeah, that'll do for now. I don't want to bore people too much with these. I'll only try and make each one about 5 minutes long or something like that. If you've got any questions, as I say, just comment on it. And 2 things as well, just before I do go. One, H from Acid Rain has asked if I want to do a regular sort of chat on his podcast. So I thought that'd be quite cool, because these videos are just going to be rambling and saying shit as in when it comes into my head. And it'll be good to sort of do these kind of talks with another person, because they'll sort of steer the conversation into a certain direction. So if anybody does sort of have any questions about this, that and the other, he might think of them and ask them and all this stuff. But yeah, the last thing as well is I just want to say thank you to everyone who commented on my thing on Facebook. I just thought I'd get it out there instead of people whispering, like, because they're going to see me walk around with no hair soon and wearing hats at work and stuff. So I thought I'd just get it out there and say, look, I'm just going through this again. If I start ranting on Facebook, it's because I've gone a bit mad. But yeah, I want to thank you all for the comments, and for anyone who's watching and stuff, the comments and the messages and stuff. I really appreciate you looking out for me. My cousin just dropped off an entire book series for me to read today, which is really cool. But yeah, and cheers to my bands and my mates and stuff as well for taking me out and getting pissed and the abuse. But yeah, cheers, and I'll see you when I see you.